Let's start straight with the greatest tactic known to humankind, aka coins. Amazon's App Store is today's sponsor, and they will allow you, once you get into Star Trek, to benefit from a juicy discount up to 20% off. They are available in many countries, and you'll find every single steps in the description of the video or in the link that I will use in the description. And of course, those steps include downloading Star Trek Fleet Command directly from the Amazon App Store. Next, buy something using Amazon coins as the currency, and you will see the discount directly applied. Let's roll. Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video on Star Trek Fleet Command, in which we're gonna take a look at what a real world war, or I should say galactic war, looks like in the game. Basically, you know that in this game you have the possibility of unlocking many ships. And of course, even if at the beginning of the game you are only going to play against bots, at one point it's gonna start becoming boring and you want to test your ship. You want to go with a whole army, destroying whole systems, maybe why not annihilating some alliances, etc, etc. And of course, to do that you need two things: a good alliance and a good level. And I do not have both of them. So in today's video, instead of taking a look at my system that is among the first one to be created, we are going to take a look at what happens in the core system, the systems where it's going to be quite difficult to evolve, and specifically systems in which you will find all high-level players. Because when you decide with your whole alliance to attack only one guy, this is pretty much what's going to happen. Basically, what you're seeing on screen right now in the force field is the pace of someone that is going to have a really bad day. And all of the little people you see around are the players just waiting for the shield to drop in order to totally destroy the poor guy. And you're going to see that it can be hilarious when you manage to get everyone coordinated. Of course, when you take a look at it from a bigger perspective, a bigger point of view, like the galaxy point of view, and you see only a little marks of people, it becomes a little bit more fluent and you can see better what's happening. But it's less fun because you do not have access to the beautiful aesthetic of the guy getting totally wrecked. So basically what we're gonna do is skip to the main part. So this is it, the shield just dropped. And now the real fight begins. You see everyone with the different kind of ships they used, totally bursting out on that poor guy on the middle. And to be fair, if you had to face something like that in real life, I don't feel like you would survive at all. They all just go in, destroy the poor guy, and I'm not even sure that each one of them managed to get themselves some rewards. Of course, in this game, you do not lose your city when you are done, when you are annihilated like this. It's not like real life. What's gonna happen is that you are gonna get teleported to another system in which you are gonna be safer, but of course, you're gonna lose every single one of your resources, and on top of that you will have to rebuild a couple of things, at least repair, not starting from the start. And yeah, I would be a little bit pissed if this happened to me. I don't know if this kind of events happens a lot in this game, because I did not play enough to see this or to witness this from my own eyes. But all I can tell you is that you do not want to be this guy. And of course, if your goal is to participate into something that big and have some fun with your friend, what you want to do is getting into an alliance. How do you do that? Quite simple actually. Just click on the little alliance icon on the bottom left corner, and from there you can join pretty much every single alliance. Here you have the whole points of the alliance, so the more points they have, the best players out there. But of course, if you want to join a real big alliance, you will also have to get some points. I mean, it's a good trade. You need to be a good player in order to be in a good alliance, because if you're a bad player or a no experienced player into a good alliance, obviously you are going to be totally useless and you will not be able to back up when they need to. After making it to the top, getting into a good alliance, grinding to a good level, what you need to focus on are the right officers to put on your ship. Because besides the choice of the ship, which is obviously the main thing about this game, the other thing is knowing how to equip it properly. And on this level, what is going to make a whole new difference are the officers. So let's see together which one are the best. The first officer we're going to talk about that you need to put as the main officer on your ship is Honor Guard Worf. Why? Because it's equipped with something extremely juicy that will get you the advantage straight at the beginning of the battle, called Soldier of the Empire, that increases the ship's armor piercing by 30% when you attack real players. On top of that, you can stack up this amazing Rage of Khitomer ability, allowing you for the first 8 rounds of combat to gain a critical hit chance of 45%. It can truly make a difference because when you're playing against people that are not equipped with this, even if they are higher level than you, if you have a gun that does more damage or the same damage as them, but you take the advantage on the first 8 rounds of the game, then it's a decisive win for you. The guy you want to couple Worth with is called Lorca. Basically, this captain here has a great ability called Manipulation, allowing you to decrease the opponent's weapon damage by 100% for 1 turn if you get a hull breach. And you're gonna think, yeah, you need a hull breach, right? But this is exactly what Worth allows you to with its first skill. It allows you to get a 30% chances at getting this hull breach. So if it happens, not only will you hit really hard your opponent, but at the same time, your opponent will not be able to respond because of its damage weapon decreased. And to finish off, the last officer is not going to be an epic one because you don't necessarily need the latest level officers in order to do well. It's called Captain, or she's called, I should say, Captain Tilly. Basically, the 2 officers I showed you before were the one that were here to deal more damage to your opponents or decrease the abilities of your opponents, whereas this one will serve as support within your ship because of this specific ability called Ruthlessness. Basically, every time the opponent's ship has a hull breach, which is what the first captain officer gives you or allows you to get, plus the second one with its buff, then you will get an increase in armor piercing, shield piercing, and accuracy by 50%. Which means that in total, you are gonna get a huge passive buff that will allow you to totally obliterate your opponent without necessarily struggling at all. So of course it works only when you're playing against real players, and this is why I showed you all those officers. You have plenty of combinations available as well, specifically at low level. But to be fair with you, if you don't get at least to level 15 into this game, you will not be able to play PvP, which means that all the little officers you see at the bottom here are not going to be useful at all. So I would rather show you what the best can get you in this game, so when you get to the top levels, you will know what to do. And this is pretty much what sums up how you are supposed to play the game and how specifically you are supposed to play in player versus player mode. Hopefully, if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. If you are willing to spend some money into the game or even download it, everything is in the description. And personally, I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.